All right, guys, welcome to today's video. Today we are just north of Surat Thani, Thailand. So we're still down in the south here, and I came by to see a unique temple, the only one like it in all of Thailand. We're gonna go check out a first-class temple that's about 1,200 years old. Yeah, you get to go see something 1,200 years old, just, okay, it's over there. So anyway, we're gonna go check out this cool temple and see what it looks like. But first, we're gonna look at Wat Long, right here where I stopped by, just to take a quick look at this. And anyway, let me show you around this, and then we'll go over to the... Okay, so this is what they call Wat Chedi Long. It might come from Luang, which means like the grand. So anyway, this temple here predates the 1,200-year-old temple. So there used to be chedi and some other stuff here on these grounds, and they took this apart and they used it to build the wall around Wat Phra Borommathat Chaiya, or however it's said. That's the main temple that is the purpose for this video. So this is still pretty cool. They do a nice job. It's just a small little footprint here, but they keep it up and it's nice and clean. Now, all of the artifacts and everything from this temple have been moved over and put into the museum. And they were talking that this temple was originally built with the fitted bricks, and they didn't use any mortar, which I think is pretty interesting. We can go up into it and look around. There's not a whole lot to see here. There's would have been, you know, like a Buddha, or like would have been in this little hall. And then it would have been quite tall and would have been pretty cool. But it's just the ruin that's here now, and it's just in this neighborhood. There's houses all around, and you can just come over here and take a look. All right, so now let's go over to that other temple and let's see what it looks like. Today's video, we are about 50 kilometers north of Surat Thani, and I came up here to check out a first-class temple that's really cool, and it's interesting, but unfortunately there's not a whole lot of information about it. But we're gonna walk around and we're gonna take a look at it. But this temple is like the most important temple from the Sarawak. I'm probably mispronouncing that. I know I am, actually. Anyway, it's the influence from Indonesia. The Indonesians used to have a kingdom that extended up in here into Thailand and all around in the region of Cambodia, Vietnam, all of that. But it was a short empire, and you know, since it's been since replaced by, you know, like the Ayutthaya kingdom and now the current Thai dynasty. But this goes back to about 1,200 years ago. So we're going to look around this temple and see what it looks like. Okay, so this is Wat Phra Borommathat Chaiya, or something like that. But it's the most important temple in Surat Thani, and it's one of the like 32 or so first-class temples in Thailand, and it's the only surviving style of that Indonesian kingdom that I talked about. It's the only surviving temple of it in Thailand. So it's really interesting. Right next to the temple is the museum. Let's go in there and take a look at it before we go to the temple. And next to the temple, they have a little museum, and it looks like they're building a new updated version of it over here. So they'll move all the relics and everything from the museum into the new building. Okay, so this is the exhibition hall. They don't allow photography in there, so just have to walk around and look. Okay, that museum was actually very interesting. Unfortunately, wasn't allowed to take any pictures in there, but they had some fantastic objects that they've excavated from this area and from some of the other temples that have fallen by the wayside. They had stuff in there, you know, 4,000-year-old stuff, and some Ganeshas from 1,200 years ago, and lots of different stuff from China, from Sri Lanka, and all of that has been found in this area, as well as like Sukhothai, pottery, Ayutthaya stuff. It was really interesting. Oh, this is fantastic already. Haven't even got in there. Look at these, the entrance gate with the Naga and the little doors. It's got a kind of a lower, different style wall that's around it. And it looks like over there is the quarters for the monks and stuff like that. All right, but we didn't come here to see those buildings. We came here to see all of this. Oh, this is cool. So we got a Buddha right here. And this chedi. Much different style, as you can see by the base and those little cross designs in it. And then it has the little lotus, the lotus bud, little crevices there with the Buddha images. Now I believe this temple was restored like in the 1890s, but there's not a whole lot of information that I could find online about it. The museum actually had quite a bit that was in English, so you could read about the artifacts and stuff like that. And the museum alone is worth a visit here without even coming over here and seeing this temple. Okay, so you can actually come into this little jetty right here. And there's this Buddha that's in here. Wow, how cool is this? This is nice. And the face of the Buddha is much different. It's pretty interesting. They have the little Buddhas looking at it. And then you can see up into the top of the chedi. Okay, so they have this little vihara. Let's go in here and look. It has the Buddha on the outside. Unfortunately, it's all in Thai there. Now there's 5 other little temples around here that they've restored. They found artifacts and stuff, and they put in the museum. Wat Long, Wat Khao. I'd like to go and look around those a little bit later. Maybe I will after we finish here. This is the only temple like this in Thailand. It's a unique temple. The style is from Indonesia, and it used to be popular in this area, but they've all fallen into abandonment. This is a simple little hall with the Buddhas there. All the Buddha structures, or the Buddha images. And then you can see the supports. And then it has the wooden ceiling, and then the wooden blinds on all the windows. The monks grabbing them a drink out here. This is quite a popular image of these 3 Buddha that's sitting right out here in the courtyard, right over next to the main stupa and that little prayer hall. It's the original inscription. You can't read any of it. I'm not sure if they translated it onto this data plate or not. You can hardly see the writing on it. And they have this nice old Thai style building. Not sure what they do. They may have some ceremonies where people come and sit out here and looking around the courtyard. Oh, this is going to be pretty neat up here. Okay, so here is the main stupa. And you can see this looks so different than what you see at any of the other temples. The style is completely different. That is really cool. And then they have Buddha images all around. They have kind of like a C-shaped building that wraps around it. And all the seated Buddhas, just rows and rows and rows of them. Different postures. Yeah, this is really nice. And so they have the center stupa, and then they have these 4 little chedis around at the cardinal directions. And you can see this one has the Buddha that's seated. I bet you that each one of these has a Buddha. But let's look. Okay, so it has these right here also. And you see these in like the Khmer temples. They would use them for the ceremony. And there is Khmer influence down in here at the same time of when this temple was in operation. 1200 years ago, the Khmer were still pretty influential up north, and they would trade down to here. Yeah, this is really, really cool. What do they have in this one here? Oh, that's really nice. So you can see around the base, they have these 4 things on the corners, and this one here is painted red. And then the one over there has a gold top. Now the one that's painted red has the 4-headed god, which is like a Hindu, like the Brahma. And that's just really nice. Now this stupa is not gigantic, but it's just really cool, and it's got tons of detail. You can see all the gold inlay with like the Naga and the Buddha. It's just really nice. And then that prayer hall behind it. It's just a really nice job. Whenever they restored it, they did a good job, for sure. And here's the bell tower. Looks like it has a mallet so somebody can climb up there and hit the bell. Pretty nice. Now this chedi has, or the stupa has a moat around it, which you don't normally see that. Let's see what's in this one here. These are just really brilliant. These are nice. So we got a small Buddha. Some more of the seated Buddha all around. Okay, let's go there and look at that 4th little chedi. You can see that building, it just looks brilliant. It's really nice. Now it's a first-class temple, so it will get special money from the royal family. So they'll donate to keep this up. And this one's a good cause since it's the only temple like it in Thailand. You see people over here making some merit. Oh, this one doesn't have a Buddha image in it. It's just the chedi. The other 3 have them. Oh, that's kind of strange. Not sure what the significance of that is at all. Okay, so this is the front of that stupa. And this is what everybody prays to, is this side right here. It's really, really nice. You see it has the 2 Buddha down here, and they got wrapped in the cloth. And then, not sure if that's a Buddha footprint, it may be. And then the little tiny Buddha image. So the people will come right here and they'll say these prayers. They'll burn the joe sticks, leave the flower, light a candle, and do all this stuff. All right, this is great. And so it looks like the people are coming in and they're gonna walk around 3 times. They'll do a little chant and they'll have their flowers out and they'll do all of that. And you can ring the bells. So behind the main stupa is this prayer hall. And you can see they have the marker stones that you see at many of the temples. Now what I like about this temple is this low wall. It just looks really, really cool. And then it has a series of gates around it. And then back over there, this is the active part of the temple. This is still a working temple. So you see the monks going around taking care of the grounds, and you hear them chanting over the loudspeaker. And it looks like this building is locked up. So down here in the south, for some reason, they have like the main prayer halls that are all locked up. I think it's because of the current pandemic. You can go mingle everywhere else, but then they have these main prayer halls that are all locked. This is the 4th temple that I've seen like this. All right, guys, that finishes up our little tour of Wat Phra Borommathat Chaiya, or whatever you say it. It's really difficult. Anyway, it's an amazing temple. This is really cool. Has so much stuff here. And the temple itself is not gigantic. It's not like just massive sprawling, but the buildings that are here are in fantastic shape, and the history of it is really, really cool. The museum is worth a look, and then this the main stupa and the whole buildings are really, really fun to see. So I would definitely recommend, if you're in this area, come over here and take a look. Now getting here, you're north of Surat Thani about 50 kilometers or so. And so you would really need a car, or you'd need to hire somebody to bring you over here. if you were in the area. But for me, we just drove over here today to take a look at this. And we actually stayed in Surat Thani just to where I could come over here and see this temple today. So I'm not regretting that at all. This was really, really fun. So anyway, hopefully you guys liked it also. If you did, make sure you click like and leave me a comment down below. That helps with the YouTube to where it will help promote my videos so I can get more views and all of that. So click the like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. If this is the first time to my channel, I do a lot of these videos. So you get to see what I see. I walk around, talk about it, kind of an open narrative, and nothing fancy, just me doing my little tour. So anyway, hopefully you like it. If you do, you're welcome to stay with my channel and leave me a comment, tell me what you think. And until next time, guys, remember, life is a journey, so enjoy.